Hola a todos, hoy os traigo un vídeo para practicar speaking de Aptis, así que toca poner en marcha todo lo que hemos aprendido en el vídeo anterior, todos esos trucos y consejos, practicar un montón y así poder reventar Aptis. No olvidéis suscribiros a nuestro canal de YouTube y seguirnos por todas las redes sociales. Si tenéis cualquier duda o cualquier comentario, por favor, dejadlo todo abajo, que os responderemos encantados a cualquier duda que tengáis. Así que no os entretengo más y buena suerte.
Part 1. In this part, I'm going to ask you 3 short questions about yourself and your interests. You will have 30 seconds to reply to each question. Begin speaking when you hear this sound. Tell me about your work or studies.
I'm currently studying computer engineering. I've always loved to play around with computers and gadgets since I was a little boy. My parents always knew I would end up studying something similar to computer science or engineering. My passion is cybersecurity. I think most companies nowadays have a cybersecurity expert to prevent hacks, information leaks, or any possible digital crime.
What do you like doing in your free time?
In my free time, I like to walk around the park near my house, dip my feet into the river, listen to music, and play the piano. I learn Beatles songs and then play them for my parents. We're all huge Beatles fans at home. I also like to read about musicians that passed away already, like Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, or John Lennon.
Describe the room you are in now.
The room I'm in now is small. It has a bed, a cupboard, and some drawers. There's a small desk near the big window. The glass allows the sun to light up the room around noon or lunchtime. It's such a bright room. I really love it. It's the best room in the house.
Part 2. In this part, I'm going to ask you to describe a picture. Then I will ask you 2 questions about it. You will have 45 seconds for each response. Begin speaking when you hear this sound. Please describe this picture.
In this picture, we can see a lady looking at the wall inside a museum. The room is huge and full of light. The white walls reflect the light onto the floor, making it a very special and cozy space to enjoy art. The lady is staring at 3 different portraits. The one in the middle is the biggest. She's wearing jeans and a white blouse or shirt. She's thoughtful, probably experiencing all the emotion the artist wanted to communicate with these paintings.
What was the last museum you visited?
The last museum I visited was a science museum in Barcelona. I walked into the place feeling very excited. A big robotic arm moved quickly above me, putting together a puzzle in just seconds. Near it, a colorful hologram showed planet Earth spinning like a ball. I pressed a button, and a small volcano erupted with smoke, making kids laugh and clap. A friendly guide smiled and gave me 3D glasses to see a bright galaxy with twinkling stars and planets. In just 20 seconds, I was amazed and wanted to see more.
Why are museums and art galleries important?
Museums and art galleries are very important because they keep history safe, encourage creativity, and help us learn about different cultures. They show us old objects, beautiful paintings, and interesting stories. When we visit, we can see how people lived long ago and understand their traditions. This helps us feel connected to others, even from faraway places or times. Museums and galleries also inspire us to think in a new way and create our own ideas. For example, a colorful painting or a strange statue can make us imagine new stories or dreams. They are also great places to learn, as they teach us about science, art, or history in a fun way.
Part 3. In this part, I'm going to ask you to compare two pictures, and I will then ask you two questions about them. You will have 45 seconds for each response. Begin speaking when you hear this sound. Tell me what you can see in the photograph.
In the first picture, I can see a teacher writing on a blackboard. He's teaching a physics class, probably in high school or university. He looks about 50 years old. He's wearing glasses and a blue shirt. The blackboard is full of equations and diagrams showing a complex lesson. The classroom has bright lights and desks where students sit and listen. In the second picture, a young student is studying on his laptop in a library. He's wearing a striped t-shirt. He has short curly hair and a beard.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of learning in these two environments?
Learning in a classroom is great if you like taking notes and listening to a teacher explain things very clearly. You can ask questions right away and get help from the professor. However, the mood can be cold if there are many students and you don't get much attention from your teacher. Sometimes the classroom can feel crowded and it's hard to focus. It can also be tiring if the lessons are long. Learning in a library is good if you're disciplined and enjoy working alone. You can study at your own pace and choose what to focus on. But the main disadvantage is that you can get distracted very easily and waste time on your phone.
Which environment would you prefer to learn in? Why?
I prefer learning in a classroom because it helps me stay focused. I get distracted easily when I'm at the library because I talk to friends and look at my phone. Also, having a professor is always interesting because they're very experienced and can help you solve difficult problems or complex ideas. In a classroom, I feel motivated by other students working around me. The teacher's explanations make hard topics easier to understand. I also like discussing ideas with classmates during lessons. For me, the classroom is a better place to learn and stay on track.
Part 4. In this part, I'm going to show you a picture and ask you 3 questions. You will have 1 minute to think about your answers before you start speaking. You will have 2 minutes to answer all 3 questions. Begin speaking when you hear this sound. Look at the photograph. Tell me about a time you were involved in a special occasion. How did you feel about being involved? Why do you think some people like to compete against others? You now have 2 minutes to talk.
I was involved in my sister Sophia's wedding, which took place in Boston in 2018. I helped her plan the ceremony, including tasks like buying presents for guests, choosing the food and drinks, and organizing many other details. I also selected the different songs for our playlist for the dance party after dinner, making sure the music matched the joyful mood. It was a busy but exciting time, as I wanted everything to be perfect for her big day. The wedding venue was beautifully decorated with flowers and lights, creating a magical atmosphere. Seeing my sister so happy made all the hard work really worth it. It was truly one of the best days of my life. I felt honored because it was such a special and important day for my sister Sophia, and she trusted me to help make it unforgettable. I also felt pressure and a high sense of responsibility to ensure everything went smoothly. I'm a perfectionist, so I struggled when some things went sideways, like when the cake delivery was late. Despite these challenges, I was excited to be part of such a meaningful event. Helping with the planning made me feel closer to my sister. Some people enjoy competing against others as a way to boost their self-esteem and measure their abilities. Others prefer tackling challenges individually, focusing on their own goals without comparing themselves. Anyway, competition is healthy as long as it doesn't become an obsession that causes stress or bad feelings. Challenging situations help us improve our skills and push us to work harder. They can also teach us how to handle winning and losing gracefully.